Hi, my name is Maria Paula and I'm going to talk about Persepolis. First, I would like to start by mentioning the main characters. The parents. Margin parents supported the leftist revolution without expectations of it being Islamic as well. They were involved in protests and teach Margin the values she has. They are very caring and supportive of her. Marjane. She's quite a curious and interested in politics child. Even though she's little, she takes great interest in politics and has a very close relationship with God, even though close to the page 105 she distances from him. Now the book, from pages 50 to 105. In here we can see how life after a revolution really works. At first, Marjane's uncle comes to visit and tells her amazing stories about how he found out himself going through a lot of adventures trying to escape Saha's military. As well, he tells her about Freydon, who was the Minister of Justice and who got executed right before leaving his love pregnant. After this, he gets arrested again and executed. After that, Marjane's dad gets really worried about when he heard the news about how some students take over the US Embassy, and that meant them not to be able to go to the USA. As well, all universities closed down, which crushed Marjane's dreams about becoming a scientist. They decided to take a 3-week trip, and when they came back, they found out they were in war again. One day, they were at the office when Darren gets bombed by the Iraqi military. Because of this, Marjane's dad shows disapproval of how they are weak. However, another bombing to Iraq makes him regret what he said. The war begins. Supermarkets are empty and people are starting to move to other countries escaping the terror. Their friend, Mali, lost the family's home and they stayed with the Margins family for a while. At school, war was becoming part of the daily routine. Mr. Nasrin's son was given a key and told that if he died in war, he was going to paradise. This happened to a lot of kids as well. Because of this, everyone started building shelters in their basements because war was really starting now. One of the problems of the war was that people were going apart. Friends were going up to other countries, families were broken, and as well, women were starting to judge another woman for something they didn't do. Even though the war that they were in before ended, they began a new one. The problem in this one was that it was a lot stricter. Women were obligated to use the veil. As well, because they were not universities, it was a lot harder for people to really get to know what was going on. And schools were becoming just the center of the war. So children were always involved in it. One time, Marjane went to a protest with her parents. However, they got ambushed. At the end, every time they got bombarded, they had to go to the shelters, and when they went out, they had to call all their families to know if they were okay. This was the new normal to them, and they had to get used to it.